Good Thursday morning, foggers. I hope everybody had a good Wednesday. I hope it was engaged and a little bit challenging and made you focus. I hope you made strides getting better upstairs, right, in our mind. I hope we've made some strides physically. And again, it's not about how we look. It's more how we feel and positive responses in our body, right? If we move and lift weights and do cardio and expend some of that energy that we have in a healthy and positive way, the better we can fill those voids that we have in our life with positive things, right? We don't want to fill them with negative things like alcohol and pills and drugs and not thinking positive and loving thoughts in our mind, right? So today I was talking to somebody recently, and today I wanted to bring to you unresolved issues, right? Unresolved issues are a huge spectrum of things, right? It's not what everybody's mind automatically goes to as far as like, personal things in your family or whatever. I've spoken to people that are carrying baggage from very serious things, right? And things that are just not that serious. I don't know about you guys, but like I have a drawer at home, right? I have a drawer where my wallet, my keys, when I come in from the house, my phone charger's there. And, if I'm not careful with that drawer, I come home from the doctor's office and I have a receipt and I have home care instructions after my ablation, and I have this and I have that, and the next thing you know, that drawer is just full of shit, right? It's a mess. You open it up and there's papers everywhere. And once in a while, you got to clean it out, and I just want my wallet, my keys, my sunglasses, my phone charger, everyday stuff, right, before I come and go from my house. Life is the same way. Sometimes we allow things to accumulate, and, there are, like I said, some serious things. I've spoken to people that had some issues with their parents, right? Siblings, how they were raised, things that were said in the past. Like I told you, words have consequences, right? Things that were said in the past that have lingered and have bothered these people for a while, right? And so unresolved issues become baggage. Baggage becomes stress. And stress can end up being a multitude of things. Could be addictions, could be how it changed your mindset and how you act around people that you love and respect, your performance at work and your performance in life in general. So the best thing to do is resolve that. Look, I've talked to people from all different types of assignments, okay? And the multitude of stuff that is unresolved in these people's lives, forget about what happened in their childhood, right? Because everything goes back to your childhood. And the more therapists that I listen to and some that I've talked to have told me that eventually it all comes back to either directly from your childhood or a direct correlation of how you're thinking because of your childhood, right? So, unresolved issues, you remember that analogy I told you a couple of videos back where you start carrying things and every day you're going through your path in life, right? Your journey, and you just keep collecting stuff. At some point, you won't be able to finish your journey because you're carrying so much weight, right? And some of us have been carrying stuff since our childhood or a long time, and others not so much. And for the people that just were engaged in some, let's say, situations or things that have popped up in life recently, you've got to turn around and face them and deal with them and put them in their appropriate place. Remember I told you through my addictions, my demons, I kept trying to outrun them. I led a very fast life. And at one point I was, I hit a wall and that was it. And guess what? Your demons are there. They don't get tired. They never tire out. When you drink, you get high, you do all your stuff. When you wake up, guess what? All your shit is still there. It doesn't go anywhere. Okay? And then now you have more problems because you kept trying to run and you didn't deal with them. So as things pop up in life now, I try to deal with them as directly and as quickly as possible and put them away. I don't want any other shit, no more stress. I don't have time for your shit, my shit, and everybody's shit. So as things pop up, deal with them, right? And a lot of that goes back to what we had talked about, surrender. There's some stuff that I can't do anything about, I just can't do anything about. So I let them go and let's see if they work out. So, unresolved issues. There are people that have been in assignments, and look, in our professions, especially the law enforcement side of first responders, there are things sometimes that have to be done, right? In the academy, books and lectures and PowerPoints, everything is black and white. And you realize when you get to the road, it's not black and white. And there are times where the tools that they give you in the toolbox, it's a flat screwdriver and a star. And guess what? They don't fit the square. And when you're out on the road and you're doing stuff and you're involved in investigations and you meet child molesters and predators and all types of really evil people, sometimes things have to be done, okay? And I'll leave that at that. And guess what? We have to carry that. And, we always talk about the subject, the perpetrator dictates our response. And, I've been seeing lately a lot of these people just running at officers with knives, and you think like, what are you thinking? And yeah, a lot of that might be suicide by cop. It could be. But, eventually we are the ones that have to carry that. People that are not around law enforcement, first responders think we unholster a gun, we shoot people, we holster it, we go get a cheeseburger. And that doesn't work that way. We're going to carry that shit for our entire life, okay? And I don't care how bad the person was, what he did, killed a cop, killed a kid, whatever it was, we are the ones that end up having to carry that shit around. And a lot of us, because of particular things that had to go down, right, carry stuff around. Listen, you've got to get rid of that. You've got to let that go. That is not our shit to carry. And yes, we have to make split seconds decisions, and they're difficult. And, in talking to people that have had issues with their parents, and I said, look, go back and talk to them, and they have this fear about, I don't want to hurt them or whatever. I'm never telling anybody to go hurt anybody, but go and talk to people, right? And some of those situations that I was talking about now, we're not able to do that, right? Situations, lives were lost, people are in prison, whatever it may be. Sometimes we feel like we don't have closure. Well, we're in charge of our mind and our body, right? So I'm telling you that through talking and through therapy and counseling and bouncing stuff off of people that have been there, you can find your closure, right? And go on and continue, like we say, our quote unquote normal life, whatever that may be. But we need to get rid of unresolved issues in our life. Just deal with them as best as we can. Sometimes it's going back and talking to people, maybe that you hurt, maybe that hurt you. And again, we're not going back to hurt them. We're going back to, listen, when I was little and you did this or whatever, I really didn't like that. I didn't enjoy that. I love you now and I forgive you and we're moving on. And you'll be surprised how important that is. And you'll feel that huge bag of shit that you've been carrying. You're going to feel that load off of your back. Okay? So with that, that's what I leave you with today. Unresolved issues, you've got to deal with them. Because at the end of the day, they're only hurting you. Okay? Thank you for everything you guys do. God bless you. Have a great Thursday. If God allows me to, I'll be back here tomorrow, right? Unresolved issues. Get rid of that shit. 3M Pub.